Good morning. It's me again, the library lady. Y'all want to know who that is, the library lady? Well, that's what a lot of you call me. So that's what Miss Bird's going to start calling myself in my videos, library lady, okay? So when you hear me say, what's my name? You're going to say, library lady, all right? Now, don't forget, it's still Miss Bird, but my nickname is the library lady. All right, let's go ahead and get started. For our vocabulary word for the week of March 22nd through March 26th. And this is probably a word that you have heard from your teachers many, many times, but it is an important word for us to know. And we're going to be doing some testing coming up in the next few weeks, and some of you might be doing it after spring break. But have you ever heard of the word directions? Directions. Yes, directions is a very important word for boys and girls and all students to know, okay? So the one that we're going to talk about, there's going to be a certain definition of directions, and we'll get to that in just a minute. And I'll have to apologize. My word windows, I did something this time. I typed it out, and anyway, I don't like it. It's too small. So we're going to go with it though. I'm going to hold it closer, okay, so you can see it. So here's the word, directions, and it is a noun, which is a person, place, or thing. Here is the pronunciation, directions, and it has 3 syllables, directions. I even saw that the pronunciation could be directions, so it could be directions. You might hear directions, but we normally say directions, duh. And see that D, the upside down E, that's the sound. So directions. So I know that you've heard the word, but let's talk about, just make sure that everybody understands it, and that you can read it and you recognize it. That is very important. Can you read it? Can you recognize it when you're looking at it by yourself without your teacher saying it to you? Without your teacher, saying the word directions to you? Can you recognize it by yourself and in some work? Let's look at the word again in the definition. It is an order or instructions to be followed, okay? We know that. We know that directions, when the teacher says, okay, everybody line up, she's giving you directions to what? Everybody get out of their seat. Everybody go line up. And I know that most of you have a certain order, so that is also following directions. If she tells you, okay, to line up according to your last name or an ABC order, or maybe she has you to line up according to table order. So there's many different orders in which you can line up. But all of those are part of the directions that your teacher has to give you. She is giving you instructions. She is showing you or telling you how to do something. All right. My definition just says something that tells you what to do or where to go. Now, the reason I add that where to go, because we also can have directions, like for a map, or directions where to go somewhere. Let's say that one of your teachers says, okay, I need you to go and take this to Miss Bird in the media center. Well, if you've never been to the media center, you may have to get some directions from your teacher. You may have to get directions from someone in the hallway. So they might say, okay, go all the way down this hallway, get to that main hallway, go straight, go all the way down to the TV, and at the TV, take a what? Take a right, because to the right comes to the media center, and to the left goes which way? To the cafeteria. All right? So those are directions in one way, but it's still telling you what to do. It's still, in this case, it's telling you where to go. But the main directions that I kind of want to discuss with you are directions that you would read about, the directions that you need to know that word and recognize that word when you are doing something by yourself, okay? So if it says on your paper, here's one of my pictures, okay? And my pictures are not in color. My colored ink is totally out, and so I'm not able to do anything in color right this minute. So this is following directions. I got this picture, and it says I can follow my teacher's directions. So I need you to be able to read this word. I need you, and your teacher needs you to be able to understand when it says read the directions to yourself. at school, my teacher will ask me to do many different things. I must listen to my teacher and follow directions the first time. And that's what teachers want you to do. They want you to follow directions the first time. They don't want to have to repeat the directions. I am following directions when I am listening to my teacher. I am doing what my teachers ask me to do. And I am being respectful. So all of those are part of the directions that you are as a good student and a good listener. So those are directions. Now my sentence says, students should follow the directions from their teacher before beginning their classwork. So whenever your teacher tells you what to do, you need to listen to that before you begin, okay? And as I was looking through this, I found many examples of some directions, and I think Miss Bird's going to print some of those out and put those here in the library. And what it is, it goes like 1 through 10, and you have to follow those directions and do what the directions tell you on the page. And I'm going to see if some of you can follow what to do and to understand what to do on that page, okay? Because it's all about, can you follow the directions by yourself, okay? That's what I need you to understand from this word. So to recognize the word directions and to be able to read it and understand it. Because I know we hear it from our teachers and we hear it from adults all the time. Let's see, and one more picture. Now, I like this one because it says, all successful careers depend on following directions. Now, I realize that you boys and girls are not in a job. Okay, your job right now is what? You're a student. That's your job right now, okay, until you grow up and you become on your own and you earn and make your own money. Right now, you are living with your parents or your family member, and they have a job, okay, and their job, partially, big part of their job is taking care of you, yes. But we're talking about jobs that give us money, okay, and our careers. So this looks like a teacher, this looks like a veterinarian, a fireman, that's a doctor, surgeon, nurse, looks like a beautician or someone that does hair. This is a construction worker, this is chef or, a cook, whatever you want to call it. So each one of those jobs involves following directions. Each one of those jobs involves reading directions. Each one of those jobs involves understanding directions. Because let's say that the fireman, he does something, first of all, he has to know directions in order to get to a fire, right? He has to be able to understand how to use his equipment. And it's like life or death in his job. Same thing with a doctor. They have to follow directions in order to perform all the things that they do, whether they're performing surgery, whether they're just taking care of someone, giving them the correct medicine, whatever it is, they must follow directions. So, directions are going to follow you for the rest of your lives, and it's just part of life. We all need to follow directions. And yes, and you will give out directions, okay? So, we will receive directions and we will give directions. We need to understand that those are things that we have to do and in order to complete something, okay? So, that is our word for this week. Oh, I know, I did not tell you the synonyms. Did not mention, I'm sorry, I'll skip right over to the definition. So, right here, these are some words that are similar to directions. There's instructions, orders, guidelines, and a plan. All of those are words that are similar to the word directions. And then it was kind of hard for me to find an antonym, which is a word that is opposite. So a suggestion is kind of like an idea, like you can, you don't have to do it. Okay, directions are things that you are required or need to do. A suggestion is, oh, well, you might can go over here, or you might do this. That's not the same as directions. And then misguidance. If someone tells you the wrong thing, that's definitely, or gives the wrong information and gives the wrong guidelines, those are not directions, okay? So those would be like the opposite. All right, so let me know what is the word of the week this week, and I will need to see it or hear it in a sentence. I would love to see one of these completed This is not yours, but one of these word windows completed so that I can put it on the main bulletin board in the hallway. Okay, guys, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.